Hey y'all, welcome back to the shop. Today we're going to be working on my personal tractor. It's a Cub Cadet 212. The issue I'm having with it is the clutch won't disengage. The gears grind. I'm hoping it's just the clutch disc that is bad. I hope it's not the pilot bearing up on the drive shaft, because this is a shaft drive unit. It's not a hydrostat. Sometimes I wish it was a hydrostat because it would be easier. But anyways, if you're new to the channel, please hit the like button, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, do all that kind of stuff, and we'll get the camera turned around and we will get the working on this here Cub. Hey y'all. Alright, this is probably going to be a pretty hard one to video, because I got to get this center cover off, this tunnel cover off. There's just 4 screws that hold it on. I got to take the side panels off and get down in here and get the clutch linkage and stuff all disconnected. It's pretty tight quarters, but I'll do my best to get it all videoed and show you all what's going on with it. So I'll bring you back here whenever I figure out how I'm going to set a tripod up for y'all can see. So, hang on. Alright y'all, I figured the best way to video this here, at least part of it, is with the action camera. I can't get my Canon camera into a good position to where you guys can see, and it's not in my way. So, alright, just a little explanation there why if the quality is a little off, now you know. So, alright, we're going to start by taking the center console off, the center tunnel cover, whatever you want to call it. There's 4 screws that hold it in, 2 on each side, so I'm just going to zip them out here at the 1/4 inch Harbor Freight impactor. Doesn't take much. I'm kind of reaching over the tractor to do this. Whoop, I just dropped that one, so it's down on the deck somewhere. Oh well, we'll get her back. So move it. This center cover comes right out. Set that off to the side. Next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take this coupler loose here. This is a flex coupler. Come on the newer style, quiet lines and stuff. The old originals and stuff like that just had a steel coupler in here. Didn't have this rubber flex in here, so I'm going to grab some tools, get that taken loose and taken out, and we'll bring you all back. Alright y'all, what you need to do this here is grab your favorite 9/16 wrenches. You need 2 of them, 1 for each side. If you got a cordless ratchet or anything, that's great. You can use that. I was going to use my impact, but it won't fit in there, so we're just going to do this old-fashioned way here, manually. Which, of course, I got a flex head ratchet, or gear wrench. Like I said, they're 9/16. Just pop them loose, and I'm going to take all 4 of these out and go the right way, dummy. I was going the right way, dummy. Anyways, take all them out. That way I can get the that way I can take all 4 of them out. That way I can get the rubber coupler out of there. And you can turn this if you need to. Just watch if it's in gear, which I just took mine out. So there's those 2. I'm gonna put it back in gear to get it out, get the shifter out of my way. Now, if anybody'd like to sponsor me with a cordless 3/8 drive ratchet, I'd be willing to, you know, check it out, review it, whatever, you know. But yeah, throw that on the floor promptly. So yeah, we're gonna have to check that out, because that's pretty floppy there, which it's not a real big deal, but I don't want it to be causing a problem down the road. So while we have it apart, we will definitely check that. Back in bolts out of there now. There's that one. You won't be able to get them bolts out of that hole, but you guys can't tell, the tractor is moving because it's still in gear, but it'd be alright. Alright. There's that, and there's that. And there is a bearing on the back here, I believe, but we got it all loose and out of the way. Next thing I'm going to do, probably drive these two pins here out, since they're both supported. That way I can slide that coupler up on that shaft. I may not have had to take them bolts out of that thing, but they're out now, so ain't no big deal. It's the first time I've ever done a coupler like this in a long time. I've done them in the past, just my memory just doesn't cooperate, I guess you'd say. Like I said, it's been a while since I worked on one this style coupler and stuff. So alright, I'm rambling. Let me shut the camera off here, get some other tools, get ready to take this thing apart, and we'll bring you right back. Alright, y'all, got my roll pin punch, or drift I should say. If you've never used these before, what's special about them is they got a little thing that sticks out here on the end that centers in that roll pin, keeps you centered, and so you can drive it out. If you, my experience, if you try to use a bigger drift, you know, on the outside there, sometimes you'll flare the end of the roll pin out, makes it harder to get out. And then if you try to use a smaller drift, that same size or whatever, a lot of times you'll end up knocking the center through it. So, but yep, let's get these driven out here. There's number one. There, see, I can slide that up there now. Slide that up there now. And then, once you get it going, put your hand underneath there and catch that roll pin so it doesn't take off on you. And pull that out. Alright, there we go. And there went my other bolt. And yes, there is a bearing on the end of that, kind of a flex supportable bearing. So, and there goes the other bolt. All right, so I'll get those back after a bit. I'm gonna move up here, take the side covers off, get the hood open, get you guys set up so you can see what I'm doing up front there, and we will continue on getting this drive shaft out of here. Or drive line, I should say. So, alright, bring y'all right back. Alright, y'all. We moved up to the front part here where the got my little pointy thing here. There's your clutch right there. You know, there's your clutch discs, I should say, right in there. And then this is your clutch pivot right here. This piece. Hopefully you guys can see. Let me move up there a little bit. right there, that's your clutch pivot. There's a cotter pin on the other side. You take that out, pull that out. Your clutch arm, which is this piece right in here, this piece right here, that'll drop out. But first, way down there in the depths, I don't think you guys will be able to see, right down in there somewhere, there's your clutch linkage. And let's see if I can move the, I don't know if you guys can see it moving or not, if I'm shaking too bad, but that's your clutch linkage. There's two nuts on it, a jam nut and an adjuster nut. Got to take those off, and then that your clutch rod will slide out of the way, and then yeah, that's basically all there is to it. And then you can slide the whole clutch drive shaft assembly back and get it up out of the tractor. So I'm not gonna try to video me getting that out of there, because frankly there's not enough room for me in there, and trying to get you in there too will be a huge pain. So I'll show you the aftermath, and you know, show you what it looks like after we get her out. So I'm gonna shut the camera off and do that and bring y'all back in. Alright y'all, I got that pivot pin out of there, and I went ahead and pulled the clutch tower or pivot tower or clutch hanger or arm hanger, whatever you want to call it. I went ahead and pulled that out too, just to make my life a little easier. I don't need all the stress, so you know, it can be done with leaving it in it, but like I said, I don't want the stress. Next thing, when I did get the oh crap, clutch linkage disconnected also. So next part is pull it back till you pull it off them pins right there, them driver pins, lift it up, and out she comes. So, and I just did that one-handed, so there she is. Imagine that, I just did that one-handed. So like I said, there's a little better look at it. There's the clutch disc, which I know is worn. It's super thin, so we're gonna need to replace that. And I need to double check the throwout bearing, which is right back there. Make sure that's good. And then up in the driver itself, let me see if I can get some light up in there. I don't know if you guys can see it right there in the center of the driver. Sorry, I need to switch hands with the camera. I'm freehanding it. Right here, this is a bushing that lets the shaft spin freely from the driver whenever you push clutch in. Like I said, I know this disc here is worn out, and I'm going to make sure that the pressure plates are sliding freely on the shaft, but I need to clear a spot off on the workbench to be able to do that. So we'll bring y'all back when we're ready to tear this clutch apart, and I'll show y'all what's going on with it. Alright y'all, got this up here on the bench. PSA time. I would be wrong if I didn't tell you. If you ever do one of these, do not drive any of these roll pins out of this shaft without a compression tool. You do, and you will be having a very bad day. This is under a lot of tension, this spring right here. It's pushing forward on these clutch discs right here, and like I said, you go to drive that out of there, or even any of these, you will have a bad day. Yeah, so anyways, back to it. That's the PSA for the day. We're going to start out here. I'm going to pull these off. Pull them off there. And this is the tool I made. I'm sorry. This is the tool that I made for myself when I was doing my pulling clutches. If you guys can see there, it's got a little notch that goes around that roll pin there. This end is a blind hole up here, goes over this end of the shaft. Just kind of slides through. Hold your tongue right so you get everything lined up just right. There's that. A couple washers. Now they do make ones that are, I've actually got another one that's a bigger press, and you just, you know, put the clutch in it and then tighten it up, and it does the exact same thing. But I figured I'd go old school and show you all, you know, you can build one yourself if you have to. Kind of take that down square, and all you got to do is just get enough tension on that thing that you can get that roll pin out. So grab my hammer here and my roll pin. Table, so there it goes. That's out. And again, PSA, loosen these really slowly. Do not take the nuts all the way off like I just did. Don't want you to have a very bad day. So there we go. Finish taking this nut off and drop the washer. Slide that off, and I don't know if you guys will be able to see, but there's about 1.25 inches of compression on that spring right there. That's how much, you know, that's how much compression there is on that. So, and there's a little washer right there, but we just need to take the pressure off and slide that stuff back. That'll expose our, you know, take the pressure off our disc here. If you guys can see or not, there's a little teaser spring under here with this teaser cap, and that's to keep pressure on the plates while you're so you don't chatter. I've just put split collar lock washers on there before, stacked them up, and they worked fine. But this spring looks like it's still in good shape. It's not all torn up or anything. So I'm going to go ahead and get that out of the bracket there, and we're going to drive this roll pin here out. And yes, I could have just drove this roll pin out to take this end apart, but I want to check the shaft for wear under the spring, and this is the safest way to do it. So alright, there's that one. Slide that one off. Pressure plates are, they got a little bit of wear on them right there, but you know, the clutch only rides out here, so no big deal. I will check them for flatness to make sure that they're good and flat. There's our worn out clutch disc, and then there's our floater driver. This is a fixed one. It doesn't slide back and forth. This one floats in there. It floats back and forth, so when you put your tension on or take the tension off the push clutch in, this thing slides back and then it goes forward. This actually looks like it's fairly decent. I'm going to go ahead and finish. There's also a bearing here behind you. This is your throwout bearing. Let me get that shaft off here. That's your throwout bearing. You know, it's got some play in it. I'll check to see if I got another one around but the shaft itself, where it rides, is not worn. A lot of times you'll see them get worn in there, especially right here on this floater. There is a little bit of a notch there, but it's not bad. If this floater here that has the notches in it will not float, when you push your clutch in, your clutch won't disengage. So, you know, make sure that that's, you know, we'll clean that all good up with some emery cloth, clean that up in there good. You know, like I said, this is all good here. You know, it spins freely. Doesn't look like we have too much wear with the spring, you know, on the drive line, so I'm not going to bother taking the rest of the way off. I'm not going to take that pin out. But yeah, I'm going to grab my new clutch disc and we'll put it in there, and well, first we'll get this all cleaned up, and then we'll get the new clutch disc in and get everything all back together there. So we'll bring you back when we're getting ready to do that. Alright, y'all, I'm off to end the video here. I did have a new, slightly used clutch disc in my hoard. Apparently it is gone. I may have used it on something else that I don't remember. I may have gave it to somebody else that I don't remember. Who's hard to tell. I've had it since last summer. But anyways, I'm going to have to order a new one. No big deal, but it's going to take about a week to get in, and I want to get a video out, so there you have it. I will clean that drive shaft and stuff up, get it all prepped and all that, ready for reassembly. I'll probably video that, but that'll probably be all in the next video. So appreciate you all stopping by, hanging out, you know, seeing what I'm doing here in the shop. Remember, if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Everybody, please hit the thumbs up button. Show me that you like the video, and you know, leave me a comment. You know, only takes a couple seconds. Say, hey, cool video or whatever. You know, or you know, tell me I'm a fool and don't know what the hell I'm doing. But either way, you know, leave me a comment down there too. So appreciate it. I like reading all my comments. I do respond to all my try to respond to all my comments. I'm doing fairly good about it. But yeah. So anyways, catch you all on the next one. Have a good one. See ya.